Guest is someone that all of us should know. He's a hometown boy, Pike County, but you may see him anywhere in the United States. It's my good friend Paul Ott, and he is well known nationwide now. Sometimes you may see him or hear him in distant places, and you can say, that's one of our boys. But Paul Ott is a wildlife conservationist in all 50 states. He's from Summit, Mississippi. He still lives at Dixie Springs. He means a single voice singing out a message to conserve a place for wild things and wild places for future generations to enjoy. To industry, his name means a sensible philosophy of conservation, not preservation. He believes in the economic growth of our country. So the multi-billion-dollar tourist industry, he's the voice of the South. Paul Ott is currently hosting his own live call-in radio show, Listen to the Eagle. He's also aired weekly on TV, and both shows are growing fastly across the South and the nation. A man who has presented his program, Listen to the Eagle, to all 50 state governors' conventions and to over 1 million school children and 6 state legislative sessions. And he sang for 2 presidents of the United States at their request. From the Grand Ole Opry to NBC's First Tuesday to presenting Mississippi's own Oprah Winfrey her Angel Award. Here's my good friend, Paul Ott. Let's give him a hand.
Thank you, babies. Now y'all can hear me, can't you? I want you to know I learned all the wildlife I know from your bunch. It kind of worries me that every girl in here was too young for me to date when I was at Summit High School. Y'all all look good. I want to tell you though, I didn't know if you know one of your teachers was outside. Do you believe that? 93 years old is over here. I tried to get her to come in. She said, no, I may have to whoop some of them. She says, who are you anyway? You look familiar. Are you my nephew? She said, I said, ma'am, I just on television a lot. People don't know if they kin to me or what. She said, well, you look familiar. I said, are you rich? You may be kin to me. She said, who are you, boy? I said, I'm Paul Ott. She said, I don't know you. You look like that Caruth boy used to be on television. I said, no, I don't know him. She said, before I get through you, I want to tell you, I know who you are. I see you on TV. She said, I just want you to know that I'm 93 years old and I've been watching you on TV since I was a little girl. I said, thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. We're going to have a little fun here tonight, a little trivia question since y'all are all familiar. How many of y'all still live, well, how many of y'all don't live in Mississippi? Hold up your hand. What'd y'all leave for? Got married. I wonder if y'all know that Mississippi, we've been talking over here, this is, y'all not eligible for this, that Mississippi leads the nation in singers, writers, actors, and anything else to do with the arts. For instance, Mississippi has the father of rock and roll. Who that is? Elvis. Where's Elvis from? All right, y'all got that one easy. Okay, Mississippi has the father of blues. BB. From? No, ain't no Greenville. Indianola. Who said that? That's right. Mississippi has the father of country music. Jimmy Rogers. From? Meridian. Jimmy Buffett's the father of something. Margaritaville from Pascagoula. Now, we just had an actor to get a Grammy Award in a movie from the Delta. Who am I talking about? Morgan Freeman is from? That's right. Conway Twitty from Yazoo City. We just had the Jerry Clower Day today. Jerry Clower, how many of y'all remember old Jerry? They had put his marker down today. It was great. They had about 300 folks out there. All right. 4 people from Macomb, Mississippi. You know, a lot of people, when I do this around the state and we promote the entertainment thing, they don't realize Southwest Mississippi had all these entertainers. Born in Macomb and Magnolia. Somebody give me one. Bo Diddley. Bo Diddley. All right. Hold up. Who else? Bo Diddley.
Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg. That's right. Magnolia. Come on.
Joe Brumfield.
The most wildlife of all of them. Britney Spears. Y'all didn't know Britney was born in Macomb. You thought she was from Kentwood, I reckon. Macomb said they wish she was, but born in Macomb, Mississippi. Y'all remember the song, I Saw Mama Kissing Santa Claus? Oh, yeah. Little Jimmy. That's him. Boy. You got it, right? Bo Diddley, Snoop Dogg, Brandy. You know Brandy? We got a whole bunch from Macomb, Mississippi. We got a Hall of Fame that I've been chairman of, been 10 years in the making, Meridian, Mississippi, called the Mississippi Arts and Entertainment Hall of Fame, which is going to be a $50 million place to honor all of these people. Real interesting thing happened. We don't have $50 million in the state to do this, so we're having to raise money. I don't know if y'all will remember this or not, but about 4 years ago, the legislators in East Mississippi said, Paul, you write songs. Why don't you write a song about Mississippi or a poem, and we'll get all of the stars to sing a line. And of course, Morgan Freeman can't sing. He can say a line. John Grisham. I mean, you know, this list goes on and on. Y'all don't do that. Who was from Star, Mississippi? Faith Hill. Pearl, Mississippi. Blue. Leanne Rhymes. Oprah Winfrey is from Kosciuszko, the dead son of Mississippi. You know, if we got all of those stars to do this, we'd sell 10 million copies at $10 a piece. How much that? $100 million. So, now, I put the song together. And they took it to the legislature because the stars, when we contacted them, said they could not do this song unless it was a state emblem. I said, what does that mean? Well, a state song. She said, well, we need a new state song. We need a state poem. We don't have a state poem. So we put this together and called it I'm Mississippi. We did it before the House of Representatives, 122 members 3 years ago, and got a standing ovation. They voted 122 to nothing to make it a state poem. Now, the Associated Press got a hold of it before it got to the Senate. And the Senate never brought it up. And I asked them why, and they said, well, a professor from the University of Mississippi, who's from New York, said this poem has no merit. Because in here we mentioned cat head biscuits. And the fellow from New York said, you can't kill cats like that down there and make biscuits. So they never brought it up. But every time they talk bad about it, it sells some more. We're still trying to get it done, but see if it says something about Mississippi. And in the music for this, I don't have it with me, but Ben Peters, speaking of songwriters, we got them too. There's a fellow from Hollandale, Mississippi named Ben Peters who wrote Kiss an Angel Good Morning. Who sang that?
Charlie Pride.
Charlie Pride. Daytime friends and nighttime lovers. Who sang it? Gray-headed like some of us.
Kenny Rogers.
Kenny Rogers. And Before the Next Teardrop Falls. Do y'all remember that? All these hit songs written, that's right. Fender, you get, boy, y'all smart. This is really after our generation here, I said. This says, I'm the land of the Choctaw, the hills of Vicksburg and a crosscut saw. Dinner on the ground and a muscadine vine. I'm a long-leaf pine and Mississippi is on my mind. I'm a banjo picking and all night sings. Azaleas are blooming in Ocean Springs. I'm a gospel singer and the old folks at home, and I'm the eagle on the top of the Capitol's dome. I'm coffee in the morning and an old smoked ham, cat head biscuits and blackberry jam. I'm a Mississippi moon, a dusted Delta dawn, B.B. King and magnolias in bloom. I'm an antebellum home on the Natchez Trace, a rusty plow on the old home place. I'm Walter Payton catching a pass, Elvis Presley, coonhounds, bird dogs, and Tia Sassafras. I'm Miss Mississippi in all her glory. I'm William Faulkner as he writes a story. I'm Jimmy Rogers, the singing brakeman, John C. Stennis, a southern statesman. I'm the Mississippi River as it rounds a bend. I'm gone with the wind. Y'all come back again. Well, I'm everything good you have ever dreamed about. Hush your mouth. I'm Mississippi. I am the South.
All right.
Well, thank you. I don't know why they won't do that about them cathead biscuits. Now, I'm going to tell y'all, the only song we ever got in the national charts, I was telling them at the Jerry Clower thing today, it was called the Jerry Clower. We always taped our television show every Wednesday morning, WJTV, Channel 12, right before the news. It had a little podium up there. And we taped this show, and I never had to stop this tape but one time on account of Jerry Clower. Y'all, he walked in the studio that morning, they give him the news. And they had to quit giving the news because here walks Jerry Clower in a man in a pair of overalls and a carbide light burning at 7 o'clock in the morning. And that man had a cage with a pet raccoon in it, and Jerry Clower had a blue-tick hound dog in this hand. And the dog was going, oh, and the dog wouldn't hush. I knew he wasn't going to hush because they had that raccoon there, and they had to quit giving the news. Jerry Clower comes up there to the place, and he said, I want you to meet Marcel Ledbetter. And my cameraman pulled me over and he said, Paula, your show ain't but 15 minutes long. You ain't got time for that dog and both of them fat folks. I said, we gonna try because this looks good. Now, I want y'all to know, long time ago, I introduced Jerry Clower on his first television show, and my show's 15 minutes long, and 14 minutes later, I ain't said nothing. And he went from there, and I stayed here. Now, when the show was over, he looked at me and said, wasn't that a fine show? I said, it's different. He said, me and Marcel gonna do you a favor. I said, you and Marcel done enough today. He said, now I see your little boy, little Paul, 8 years old. We're gonna get him. We're going to Route 4 Liberty. We're gonna get your fancy cameraman. And we're gonna get your little boy running through the field with Old Blue. And Marcel's gonna put this pet raccoon on a limb because we ain't got time to find a show nothing. And you gonna sing Old Blue. And I got my little recorder, and we'll get the sound of the dog howling. And you can go to Nashville, and you and the dog can homogenize together. And won't that make a good television spot? My cameraman said, we ain't gonna do that, are we? I said, yeah, we are. I like that. Now, I want y'all to get the picture. About 35, 40 years ago, we went to Route 4 all day long. My cameraman